Okay.
All right.
Going live.
Thank you. So, Ricardo, please, can you start?
Introduce me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. I work at a telecommunications company. It's called Logicalis. I work at IP analyst. Working normally with infrastructure, and well, I'm trying to. I'm married and have a daughter, and I think that's it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Kat, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. Hello, guys. I'm Catherine, your cat, and I'm from Rio. I live in a small city called Nilópolis, and I've studied here for 1 month, I think. I have a dog. I don't have. I'm not married, so I just have a dog. And it was a big challenge for me attend this meeting because I don't know nothing about technology. I don't work with this, but okay, go on.
All right. But we will see, we can talk about sports and technology without had to work with this. Our intention here is only to chat, so isn't a problem. And Bruna, everyone knows you, but please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Well, just like Kat was saying, I am another person who is not from the tech area, so it's totally okay. But I will do my best here. I live in São Paulo, work here on TALKNTALK as a community manager, and I will be off just for a while because I didn't have breakfast, but I will be right back. Okay, I will just grab something to eat.
So, guys, my name is Carlos. I'm from Ponta Grossa. I work as a software engineer remotely to a company located in Curitiba. And I'm here in TALK since the middle of the year. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was on June or July. And I bring this conversation about sports because we are looking to the fifth World Cup, and I have this idea to talk about sports in general, not only about soccer, but I think I saw that video on YouTube talking about how the technology impact the way we interact with the sports today. And for the guys who are watching us on YouTube, I want to share a little bit about TNT before we start our conversation. So TNT is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. And we do this using live conversations meeting for all levels. So this is not a class, a regular class, and we are not here to teach you anything. And you're gonna learn by practicing in a real environment. Our philosophy is we are here to develop our fluency and principle our confidence as an English speaker. So I ask to everyone to be respectful and don't correct anyone and enjoy this. So let's start. I will send the questions on the chat so we can start our conversation. And you will see, guys, it isn't so hard to talk about sports and tech. And I think we can start with you, Kat. You can start with the number one, please. Read and answer for us.
Okay. Which technology brands and companies come to mind when thinking sports? I'm not so good to remember brands. Actually, when I go to get a Uber, is always a challenge because I don't know brands of cars. So, well, I know Nike, Adidas, Olímpicos. I think it just that. I think these three is all most famous. So that's it.
Yeah, it's bigger. You talk the bigger ones, and that's good because they are very famous. So I think this is the most principal. And you, Ricardo, can you remember other brands and companies who work with sports?
Well, I don't remember, but I in the 2000 Olympics play games 2000. I remember this a kind of jacket or kind of the clothes that use the swimmers using, and I remember that the Olympic record decreased a lot when the guys using this clothes. I remember, but I think is Reebok. I don't know if you the name of the brand.
Speed. I know there is a brand called Speed to swim.
Yeah, could it be? Could it be?
Yeah, in sports in general, we had a lot of brands who create and develop technology and equipments to the athletes and to other ones, but I can remember other ones like Puma. It's famous too, and for guys who like to run, we had ASIC. It's a brand of shoes who is very famous too, and all these brands they invest money to produce new technologies and new services or even new products to people who want to do sports. So thinking about sports, we can today we can talk in very different ways and very different sports. So, Ricardo, do you remember what sports use technology nowadays? Can you give to us some examples, please?
I think that everyone use technology. I could tell the soccer because the ball nowadays when you kick the ball until ball arrive on the goalkeeper, the ball cause a lot of effects, and the ball change the movement, the original movement until the goalkeeper swing, as I told. I don't know, polyvault, I think is the name of the sports. I don't know.
I don't know this sport. What part?
I think I don't remember. Polyvault, I think is the name of the salto com vara. I think I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. And these sports, there are a lot of improvements because of the technology, and I don't know. Right now I remember this one, but certainly there are a lot of improvements when they use technology.
All right. I had to agree with you, but before I had my answer, I don't know, Bruna, do you want to enjoy us and talk with
Yes.
us?
Yeah.
Number two, what sports use technology nowadays?
I was thinking of volleyball, like besides what Ricardo mentioned about the soccer and everything. It's really nice while watching volleyball. Like the cameras can capture the moment that the ball was like, and like check if the ball was in or outside of the area. So I think this is amazing, because everything is so fast, but like the sensors and things there can identify these stuff, and I think it's amazing. So I'll mention volleyball.
All right. And what about you, Catch? And did you remember sports who use technology nowadays?
Yeah, I remember a specific case that comes to my mind about the race. Using boat. So I have a problem with my spin because my spin is not straight. And there is a little curve. That is
Yeah.
curve. There is a disease called scoliosis, and the using boats have the same problem. So they could run, but it's not so fast because they have this problem. And the team of the using boat detected this problem and work with he to fix this problem, to overcome this problem. And they have to use technology to fix this. And now, not now because he retired, but in the Olympic Games that happened in Rio, I know about this history. So yeah, it's a good example.
Oh, that was a good one for sure. I think about this question, maybe other question came in my mind. It's there is sport who didn't use technology nowadays because technology is involved in everything. Ricardo says about the ball in soccer. In the last cup FIFA World Cups, they call Jabulani. I don't know if you remember, because the ball made a lot of effect and change the direction. But technology is involved in everything, in the field, in the ball, in the camera. You told about using both. So the guys put cameras to film the runners and how the way they are running and the shoes and everything. So we can talk about a lot of sports who use technology nowadays, but I can't remember anyone who don't use technology. I don't know if you go to golf or other sports who aren't so common for us, you will see technology involved.
I don't know, but maybe chess.
Chess? No. I know some guys who play chess and they use technology to improve their techniques,
Okay.
the way they think, using the mind, of course, and the strategy. So they are playing chess and they use AI, artificial intelligence, to had better chances, when they are practicing. Of course, when they are in the game, they don't use this, but when they are training, they use technology too. So I don't know. I think technology is involved in everything today. And let's go to the question number 3, how technology in sports is affecting the way the spectator consumes the content. Bruna, can you start to answer this for us, please?
I'm sorry, my microphone was off.
Yeah.
Well, I will mention the sports I already know that they use technology, but I feel that years ago when we didn't have technology, for example, in soccer or even in volleyball, that these are the sports I am more familiar with. We didn't have the way to prove the things, you know, like, oh, if there was something wrong on the game, or like if the ball touched someone, like one of the players, we couldn't check. So now every time like something goes a bit wrong, and I think like, oh, the ball was in, or like the ball was out, I always want to see the the video, you know, like, please show it, because I think something there is something wrong. So I feel yes, like like show the video, or like show the VR or something like this. Because I feel that we have something to trust, you know, like we feel less anxious because or more, I don't know, because the video is is going to show us the right thing, you know. So that's it. I think this affects me too much.
Yeah. For soccer, the VAR, I don't know how to say, VAR was a good improvement, you know, and everyone who is watching the game wants to watch the videos and replay some plays to know if it was a penalty or not, or it was a fault or not. So I think this too. People like to watch and consume more sports using technology than other ones. If you go to a stadium and you are watching your cell phone, you lose some plays. You can lose the if a player make a goal, and you don't have replay, you know. So you will had to wait when you come back to home and watch this again. And for you, Ricardo, can you think other ways technologies change the way people are consuming sports and content about sports?
Well, it happens on volleyball. There are using the same technology or similar technology with VAR, on VAR, because it's possible to check if the player touched the ball, or if the ball touched on the inside of the line. Well, I think is there are this technology, this kind of technology is cool, because bring more honest for the game, but on the other hand is cause a little it loses some part of the feeling, because, for example, when the player score and the volleyball and the soccer, that's a little strange, because sometimes, oh, goal, that's okay, you became happy, but sometimes it's necessary to wait a little, because sometimes, well, there are some problem, and the score is not really good or really, because sometimes there are offside or fault or some other problem that cause irregularity. I don't know if this word is. That's it.
Yeah, of course. We had to wait sometimes if the I don't know if the player do something wrong, or if for example, the ball was in or out, and we had to interact with this and change the way you consume sports. And for you, Catch, I don't know if you consume and watch some sports. Do you have some preferred sports? How you consume content about this? Did you watch some YouTube videos about sports or on the TV?
No, I'm
How?
not so into sports. I like more soap operas. So, I agree with Bruna and Ricardo, but I think recently we have a lot of new technologies to help sports. And I don't know, but for me, it seems like we always expect the best now. We always expect the breaking records. So mm, I have a little afraid of I don't know, because I think one day this improvement of the technology brings to sport, you will uh, stop, will achieve the limit, you know. So yeah, I think this technology change a little the way we see the content. So that's it.
Yeah, that was a good one. And talking especially about soccer, because we are facing the World Cup. I don't know if you listened before about this guy, Kazé, you know, he's changing the way people consume content about sports. They talk about soccer on YouTube channel or on the Twitch, and he was invited by FIFA to comment the plays, you know, and the games, to comment the games on FIFA Plus. In this World Cup, FIFA is sharing the games in their website. So I'm seeing a lot of guys who is watching the games by the internet and not in the television. No, some guys who don't want to listen Galvão Bueno and prefer to listen Kazé talking about the game, you know, because here is more funny and
It's
he
fair.
makes jokes about the content. And it's really nice. People call Kazé on internet hate entertainment, entertainment king, you know, because he's really fun. And I'm seeing this, you know, because I'm working during some games, but I had some screen on my side, and I put the game to watch, and I had some fun with the game, but with Kazé too. So I think internet changed everything, you know, because in the past we only watch games if you go to the stadium, and then TV changed a little bit about this, because we could watch the games on our home. But today with the internet, we can select the way we want to watch. If I don't like this one, I will watch this other one who is talking about the same game. So I think technology changed everything and for the best, you know, because now we had more options and more ways to watch the sports we like. And let's go to the question number 4. how technology can be used in sport, being fair with everyone. We talk a little bit about this, but I would be it will be awesome if you could talk a little bit more about this. Ricardo, in your opinion, technology can be used to be fair with everyone, players and watchers?
Which one? The number of the
It's
question?
the
Because
number 4.
four.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I don't know. Normally is not fair, because when you introduce technology, normally you think the same time you think, oh, it's necessary a lot of money to use. Just for example, sneakers. There are some sneakers cost more than R$ 1,000. So in this case, that's a good advantage, but is necessary spend a lot of money. I don't know, but right now I can't think a way to introduce technology, and it's not. And in this case, it's difficult to think right now a sport that introduce technology cause fair on this field, on this topic, but I don't know. I think
Technology the technology would interact directly with the athletes, maybe can be a little bit unfair, but when you look to this is the way I
sure.
think, when you look to the team, the whole team, or the game, I think technology can help a little bit.
I could mention, for example, VAR is a little boring because remove some feeling from the sports, but it's fair, nah? Because there are a lot of discussions in the past about, oh, this team was champion, but the goal is not fair because, I don't know, the guy was offside. There is offside or another problem. But it's not possible to, I don't know, maybe the guy using a cell phone and film the I don't know, how do you say, the partida, né? And after, if you have some problem, oh, let me check the video, but it's difficult.
Yeah, of course. And you, Bruna, do you think technology can be used in a fair way?
Yeah, I was thinking here that, for example, we were talking before about VAR, and these, like when the teams are going to use these as a strategy, they don't use it all the time, right? Like the referee choose the time to use. So at some point, we need to trust to the referees and trust they are doing a good job, right? So I think it can be, like, it's fair to use them in these cases, but we also need to trust the referees at some point, because they are there doing their jobs. I know sometimes we feel the game was like, pago. How can we say this? Like, they look like that some of the teams like cheated.
Bribe,
They bribed. Yes, perfect. But I don't know. I think in general we must trust the referees and just let things happen. And yeah, but I think we need to find this balance between trusting them and using technology, you know? That's how I see it.
Yeah. And you catch, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a little funny because when you read the question, I think, it's easy to answer, but now after the answer of Ricardo and Bruna, it's a little complicated. Uh, yeah, I agree with that Ricardo said, because I'm thinking now that technology is good to content, to the competition, like VAR and another stuff. But before that, the athletes have to prepare, and it's a little unfair because some athletes have money to buy a technology to prepare, so to improve the desempenho. And another ones don't have money. So it's unfair if I stop to thinking this side. So yeah.
All right. I had to agree with you. And I will give my answer about this because I think technology, when technology is involved about solve problems during the game, this help to be a little bit fair, you know, when you replace some I don't know how to say jogada, but when you replace some part of the game to decide if it was fault or not, if it was in or out, and if the guy is impeded or not. So this can be fair, but when you look for this perspective, I think this brings us to the question number 9. So let's go directly to the question number 9. The money invested by companies in athletes can be considered a way of shit. So I don't want to answer this. I want to listen you, and after this I will give my position. So for you, Bruna, do you think it's shit when a guy had a lot of money and other one don't have so much?
That's a tough question. And I loved it. It's really nice. Like, think about that. I am not sure. I think at some point we think it is. It's about the opportunities the some athletes have and other ones don't. I don't know if it's a way of cheating, because it's not wrong, right? To have an investment, or to yeah. So I will say it's not, but I think I know it's not fair, you know, some of them having the chance and some others not having these chance. So, but it's really difficult.
It's really hard. Yeah. And for you, cats, it's a way of shit. Put a lot of money. What do you think?
The tough
It's
question, like Bruno said. Especially if you think about different sports or different genres. Like we have uh, ai, how to say patrocínio, gente? Esqueci.
sponsorship.
Sponsorship in women soccer, and sponsorship in men's soccer. So the difference of the money is very different. So yeah, it's difficult because uh, for some monies who play soccer, they have to work and and the soccer, so they don't have much time to improve her performance, and the men just soccer, just do that. So is a little unfair. But I don't know if it's some kind of cheat. So
Yeah, I had my personal opinion about this because it's, of course, it's a hard question, and I put this one, it was intentional. And when you look to the questions, I think the sequence of the questions we talk about bring us to this question, and the way we think about this, because when you look to a poor guy, he wants to play soccer, or he wants to be a runner like Usain Bolt, as you say. It's much more harder to this guy for than to other one who had more money. If their parents can invest money and buy stuff to and pay tournaments and those kind of things. But in the end, of course, the performance of the athlete makes the difference. But for some ones, it's more harder. And in my opinion, money can, of course, change the result of a game, or when you look for some fights, UFC, box, and other things like this. We heard before about how the money invest in that sports result in a different result. In, I don't know, in gambling, when a guy go to make some aposta,
Yeah.
so people can gamble in the result of the game, and this can change the result. So maybe the sponsorship can make a lot of difference. And today we look a lot to, if an athlete is using some drug, to change their performance, but no one look if a guy had $1 million to evolve his careers, and other one don't have so much money. Of course, the money invested by these companies make different results. And I don't know how we could resolve this, but for us here in Brazil, I saw a lot of guys when I was younger who had so many potential, who could be good players. I don't know if they had the same ability as Pelé or Neymar, but for me, they was good ones. And maybe if they had the opportunity and more money in their lives, maybe today they could be pro players. And I think this is my opinion about this.
yeah, it's difficult to answer because these companies just support the athletes that go well. So
Yeah,
the athletes have to have a good performance to receive this money. So
yeah.
it's not so unfair, but is unfair. So yeah, it's difficult.
When you look for the big companies who sponsorship athletes, they only had this sponsorship after the guy make show some results. But when you go to look when the guy is younger, for example, Messi, Barcelona invited him when he only had 7 years old. He didn't earn anything. He wasn't the best soccer player in the world, but of course, the money Barcelona put in him make the difference in his career. If you look to Messi and he stay on Argentina, I like to think he don't have the capacity. I don't know if capacity is the right word, but I like to think if he had to stay in Argentina, it was be more harder to achieve what he earned, you know. And this is my main concern about this for the younger guys, you know, the younger athletes. They had to do a lot of effort. And for the younger guys who had more money, if their parents are rich or something like this make a lot of difference, you know. When you look to other sports like swimming, you know, it's hard for a poor guy be a good swimmer when he can practice this, you know. You understand what I'm saying? There are some sports only for.
I don't know the name in English, but that is a sport you need a horse. So
Yeah. it's a
Yes.
rich sport, you know.
yeah.
And I think this is the reason for us here in Brazil, this isn't so popular, you know, because it's more easier to watch soccer or volleyball or other sport like this, who is more related with the capacity of the athlete than the money they put, you know. And you, Bruna, what do you think about everything we talk here?
Really difficult. Yeah, like there are some sports that you already need to be privileged in order to play them, right? Really hard. But at the same time, if we consider, for example, you are talking about EPs. I have no idea how to say this in English. Or, for example, Formula One. Like this is
Yeah.
something else, you know, like for you to start,
You need a car.
Yeah.
you need to, like, not just the car, but the entire team,
Yeah.
you know, like the system.
I even have a common car. Imagine it, the car of Formula 1.
And the team, everything is so fast, like you need to have a lot of money. So I think it starts unfair, like it starts being unfair at this point, but everybody who is there, like nowadays, is rich, right?
Yeah.
So it's unfair for those who want to start being part of this, right? But yeah, I don't know
You
if I
bring a
suggest
good-
just sharing some ideas.
You
Go
bring
ahead.
a good example, talk about Formula One, because I think everyone who is a pilot on Formula One, it's had a good money, you know. I don't know if they are rich, but they already had a good money. So this keep all the players on the same level, and that's fair for me, you know, because in the end, the ability of the driver is who make the difference. Of course, the technology can be a little, can have a little help, you know, but in the end, the ability of the driver make more difference.
Definitely.
When you looked for Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, they are good drivers, and they aren't in the best team, you know, with the more money when they start their careers, and the ability of his ability make the difference, you know. In the end of the career, of course, they are more richer than the beginning, but when you put this everyone on the same level, for me it's okay, you know. But it's a little bit unfair with one player had more opportunities than the other one, you know. And
yeah, I just want to add something, because at the same time, like we are talking about sports, right? So these guys, when they are competing, they are also competing against other pilots who are part of teams that don't have like good cars, for example, right? So it's fair, but it's not not that fair, no, because some
Yeah.
teams like Ferrari or some like famous teams. I don't know the names. They have more money to invest on the cars than other smaller teams or not their rich teams, right? So I think there will always be these difference, and like the big teams and the big brands, they will always have more chances of winning because of money and investment and technology and everything.
Yeah. In the end, we are always facing the same problem. No, if you had more money, it's more easier. And if you don't have so much money, you had put more effort to achieve the same thing. And for the poor guys, it's more, for me as a spectator, it's more likable. I enjoy more when I saw the poor guy winning, even all the difficulty they had.
Yes.
So to finish our conversation, I would glad you everyone who is here. It was really, really awesome. And I want to invite everyone on the next Monday, 7 a.m. To have a conversation. All right. It was really, really nice. And thank you, everyone. It was a good conversation.
Thank you, Carlos. It was a pleasure to me be here.
Yeah, it
Thank
was really
you.
nice. I will share the survey, Carlos.
All right. I forget. Sorry.
It's okay.
Came a pop-up here on my screen. I'm being singing out again, so I don't.
No, it's okay.
All right.
It's okay. Thank
So
you, guys.
please answer the survey, guys. And if you want, you can watch our live on YouTube and to watch. And for me, it's really good when I watch our conversation again. I can watch some mistakes that I make during the live, and you can learn with our mistakes, So
I'm not
go-
ready to watching me on YouTube yet.
Go to
just
YouTube and
just a
watch.
process. Just a process.
Yeah.
You
One
will
day
be
I will.
you will see how good it is watch us again. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.